Okay, I started this video with like absolutely no context, but for context, what you're about to see is I had seen a couple roaches in my apartment over the past couple months, and this morning I had taken everything out of my cabinets, everything out of my cupboards, that sort of thing, and the maintenance guy and the exterminator were coming in to spray for roaches, and that's where we start. Maintenance guy in my building is such a gossip. He's like... stopped by like 8:30 to tell me this neighbor that I hate is like evicted, moving out by the end of the month. And I hate my neighbor because he's like a woman beater and I have to hear like women screaming from his apartment. So yay, really glad he's gone. And they came by and they did the exterminating today. My cat was crying so much from being locked in the bathroom, I took a recording.
Well, they sprayed in the bathroom too, so my boy has to stay at his cage for like, I don't know, a half hour. They said he should be good. And then I can supposedly put my stuff back after about 3 hours. Never mind, actually. He really loves it. Do you love being in there? Do you love blending in except for your eyes?
Okay, so good news. The exterminator like went through all my cupboards and even like pulled back the stove to look behind it, because my apartment is so weird. I have like this kitchen, right? And it's like all of the piping and the stuff behind it fits into this narrow slice of wall. Do you see what I'm saying? Like the gas line, all the plumbing, everything is in this weird wall slice between my kitchen and my bedroom. And so like I was worried that there were just tons of roaches and it like in the wall. And if you pull back this cupboard, you can't see, but there's like a deep dark space there. And so like the exterminator like pulled the stove out, looked back there, looked in all of my cupboards and stuff, and said that it does not look like I have a roast. A roast? It doesn't look like I have a roach infestation. He said, you're just seeing one-offs, you're just seeing like single roaches. And I was like, yeah, I've seen like 3 in the past month. And he was like, okay, well, the infestation isn't here, but luckily for me, they sprayed the entire building today. So he was like, we're gonna get the apartment below yours. And I was like, oh, thank God. So yay, the good news is I don't have a million billion roaches hiding in my apartment, at least not that a professional exterminator could tell. So I am very much relieved. I've also just got a shit ton of poison everywhere, wonderful, but it has been now about 5 hours. So I finally get to put away all my stuff. And what a lot of stuff it is. That is so much shit I get to put away. Before I had like money for health insurance, I used to try all kinds of shit to fix my back pain. I like bought this mat on Amazon, and this is the pillow. And this, you might have seen this on like ASMR channels, but basically it's a very, very spiky mat that you lay down on with your bare back, and it hurts to put your hands on, and you lay on it with your bare back, and it's supposed to increase blood flow to your back and help heal your back problems. Already 1,000 times more civilized. These cans of paint were here when I moved into the apartment, and they're like really bright colors. They're like orange and yellow, and you can see that my apartment has been given the modern beige touch, but in little pieces you can see it used to be bright red and orange and yellow around here. I wish it still was. Of all the chores in this house, I hate moving the air conditioner because usually I only have to move it twice a year, which is from the window to the cupboard, or then from the cupboard to the window. But now I'm just moving it like 2 extra times this year. It's a 33% increase in my amount of times I've had to move the air conditioner this year. It's beautiful. I ate some eggs, and here's Binks. He came out of his carrier. Say hi to the people. Well, it's Friday night, so you know we have to get into something crazy. I'm having a Diet Mountain Dew and 2 bags of Skittles, not just the one. I put the other one in a cup because I'm fancy. These are my favorite snacks. I love tropical and wild berry Skittles. Except for the video I made yesterday, I actually haven't posted in a few weeks, but in that few weeks, I have decided that I'm gonna actively try and lose weight. Okay, if you don't want to hear about weight loss, turn off the video, all right? If it's not your thing, if you don't want to hear about it, just go watch different video right now. But basically, I stepped on the scale and it said 198. And I do not want to reach 200 pounds. Even being tall, like, I am so close to the obesity category. And like, I've been eating what I want, whatever I want, for like eating disorder reasons, just like trying to get away from calorie tracking everything and stop being obsessed with it. But it's like, I am not gonna get diabetes in the name of body positivity. When I was a teenager, I was 205 pounds. They had me on like 2 blood sugar medicines because I was pre-diabetic. I'm basically there again. And I'm just, you know, at some point I have to say, okay, enough is enough. I've learned my lesson about listening to my body and eating whole foods and eating things that make me feel good and moderation and all that kind of stuff. But now I am on a calorie restricted diet, and believe it or not, these 2 bags of Skittles fit into my diet today because I've been so fucking stressed out at work that I barely ate. I had eggs and like 2 lemon plums for dinner, and I looked at my calorie counting app and I only had like 1,000 calories. So I'm being super healthy and like finishing out the day with just a ton of sugar, like whatever, I know, diabetes, whatever, but it's only gonna be like 1,600 calories, so whatever. Anyway, you know we keep it crazy on Friday night, so what I'm gonna do is finish Beowulf. I am like, what page am I on? I have 50 pages left of this. It's actually a poem. So one side is in Old English, one side is in a modern translation. So it's really not, it's not like difficult to get through it all. I've been meaning to finish it. And so I'm gonna sit my ass in this chair and I'm gonna eat Skittles and I'm gonna drink my Diet Mountain Dew and I'm going to pet my cat. I'm going to finish this book and then I'm going to tell you what I think of it. Okay, I finished it. I think the moral of the story is that during your life, you get to perform your deeds, but that even the greatest man with the most greatest deeds and the highest regard from others and the most magical adventures eventually dies, and the turmoil of the world keeps going and going and going. I give it a 6 out of 10. It lacked the, I don't know. It was like, well, first of all, it's like religious, you know? It's like Almighty God ordains, you know, how and when you die, and you know, it kind of lacked some existential dread that I'm looking for in my readings about death. Like, I felt like it was really close to like grasping the meaninglessness of it all, but it didn't quite get there because God was in there. Also, this book was written in the year 700, and so Beowulf is this great hero and he fights demons and dragons and stuff, and this demon Grendel is like the first bad guy he fights, right? And in the book, they say that Grendel, along with all of the other demons in the world, actually sprang forth from Cain's body when he was cursed by God. And that like gnomes and fairies and goblins all sprang forth out of Cain's body. And there were giants. In this telling of Christianity, there were giants on the earth too. So I like that. I like that. I think that it's interesting to see Christianity in like the year 700, you know? Because they had been Christians for like 700 years. The year 700, that is ancient as fuck. Like, they had no knowledge at all. 6 out of 10. Wouldn't read it again. Well, I guess that's about it for me today. Thank you for watching my video. See you later. Bye!